All right, good afternoon. Good to see everybody. Thanks for being here. The obviously coming off a bye week, and which was really early in the season, but probably needed for us. I thought coming out of our last game, I thought we did make some improvements in how we play the game and how we go about our business. More for those that have been around what I call Kennesaw State football, and it was closer. We still have a lot of work to do with a huge emphasis on practice right now and our practice habits. We're starting to gain on that a little bit, but we still got some work to do to get there. But I thought we made some improvements. Like I said about the bye week, we've been beat up. We still are beat up. We're better, but we're not where we would like to be right now. Hopefully a few days off. And the way we approach the bye week is we took Monday and Tuesday off, practiced Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then took Saturday and Sunday off, and then came back yesterday in game week. And that's really what we've done in the past, nothing a whole lot different to try to get the guys some time off because you're going a pretty good run here of 8 weeks in a row. And so hopefully we got some guys back. We're still a little bit banged up in some areas, but we do have some guys back because we're getting ready to play one of the better football teams that we played here. We played them twice in Jacksonville State. They're as talented as anybody will play all year. Always have been, probably always will be. Right now I think, offensively, you look at their quarterback position, he makes them go. Zarek Cooper's a heck of a player. He played against us in 18, and he makes some unbelievable throws. He's got the ability to run, but he does a great job of keeping his eyes down the field. They got a really good running back. He's a kid from Georgia that transferred in, and they're skilled at the receiver position, so they present some challenges. Defensively, they're like they always are. I said it when we played them in 17. After about 5 minutes of the game, I looked out. I said on the headset, it felt like there was 13 of them out there because they run so well and are so long and athletic and can really, really run. And the thing they're doing right now is they're creating points on defense. I mean, their last two games, they've scored 21 points on defense. And that tells you a little bit about them. So really, really good football team. The last two times we played them has been basically what you could call a knockdown, drag out, till the very end football game. I don't see it being a whole lot different. We're going to have to get ready to go play our best game. We're going to have to make a lot of improvement from our last game to this one to even go out and compete with a football team like this. So we got our work cut out for us. That's what the preparation emphasis is right now. To get ready to go play our best game. Excited about being at home. Hopefully looking for a great crowd. Hopefully we get a repeat plus from the student section from our first home game and have a great home crowd. I think that'll be really important because I know Jacksonville State's going to bring a lot of folks as well. So we definitely want to have a great home field advantage. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to a great week of preparation. At this point, I open it for questions.
Coach, the following questions are on behalf of the highly esteemed John Bednarowski of the Merited Daily Journal.
I don't know about the highly esteemed, but I guess it is John from the MDJ, right?
First question for John is injury update. How's the team's health, and more specifically, some guys on offense, Murph and Isaac, and then defensively, Peyton Moore and Travis Bell?
Yeah, so like I said, we're a little better. So Isaac and Murph have practiced. They practiced the last few days last week and this week. Peyton Moore's practiced the same, a little on and off, but he's been practicing. Travis is not. He would be questionable right now, but the other three guys have practiced. Hopefully, if all goes well, we would expect them to play.
This is the third time that you played Jacksonville State. Now you will soon be conference rivals in the ASUN next year. How big do you think this rivalry can become?
I do. I think it could become something really good, with two schools that are this close. And the tradition of Jacksonville State football, man, listen, this thing goes back for years now. I mean, and before I even was here, or Kennesaw State of our football, everybody knew about Jacksonville State football. A ton of tradition. Coach Gross does an unbelievable job there. But I think the schools are close. I think there's some natural things that have already occurred in the last two meetings, that can create that. So I do think now becoming both in the ASUN conference going into 2022, I think it definitely could become something. A lot of times that stuff takes a life of its own, and I think this will too.
You spoke about this a little bit, but the JSU defense has scored 3 touchdowns this year, 6 over the last 2. What do you see that makes them such ball hawks?
Well, they can run. I mean, they are athletic. They are long. I think that's where they create some turnovers. And like I said, they run really well. And, they found a way to, whether it's a interception for a touchdown or whatever it might be, and teams every year kind of take on, or even on each side of the ball, a little of their identity, and that's who they are right now. They're awful hard to move the ball on consistently, and then when they create big plays like that, it really puts you behind the 8 ball. So their athleticism across the board, they really don't have a weakness on defense. Really, when you go at each level, they're talented. So we got our work cut out for us, and obviously we can't turn the ball over. I mean, you can't go into a game like this and survive turning the ball over, so that's going to have to be an emphasis for us.
And what makes Zerrick Cooper so difficult to defend? Is it more so the arm strength, the legs, a combination, or something else?
I think it's a little bit of all of it. He can make any throw on the field, I think, first of all. And then he's big in his ability to run. So you gotta make sure you take care of that. But he does a good job when he starts to navigate the pocket or move the pocket. His eyes are down the field, and they're really talented receivers, and they get space, and he's able to make any throw at any time. I mean, shoot, he did that in 18. You go back and look at our game in 18, he was making throws all over the field. So I think he presents a lot of challenges because he can do both. He makes them go. He makes them go. I mean, they're talented across the board, but he really makes them go.
In what ways do you think that he's improved since the last time we played Jacksonville State at the SunTrust game?
I think he's got patience. He was really good in that game. He's gotten better, but he was really good in that game. But he's got patience in his progression. He knows where he's going, what he's doing. And I think he can make any throw. Any throw he needs to make, he can make it. I definitely think he's gotten a ton better. Obviously, he missed a week this year, and they played a lot of football. They played 4 games last fall, played another, I believe, 9 in the spring. So just playing the game and experience, I don't think you can put a price tag on. The more you play, the better you're going to get. And he didn't play in all those games for different reasons, but I think that experience is huge. And he's been around for a bit. You know what I mean? I hope this is the last year. But he's been around for a bit. He's a really good player.
A lot of Kennesaw State fans, when they think of their favorite game, they think back to that 5-overtime thriller in 2018. What are your memories looking back at that day?
It was a long day. It was a great day for a fan, but from a coach perspective, it was absolutely exhausting. The thing about that game was there's just so many third downs or decisions or things on both sides of the ball. 2 really good football teams going at it for an awful long time. And it was a heck of an atmosphere and a heck of a game. I just remember after the game, we take a lot of pride in celebrating, and we were too tired to celebrate. The whole team I was out of gas. They were out of gas. It was just a long evening, but it was a good win. But that was 18. We're in 21 now. It's a different year. It's a different team. And obviously we're going to have to get ready to go play.
And, Coach, this will conclude the last question submitted from John. Anytime the Georgia Southern job comes open, your name is mentioned as the likely lead candidate because of your history with the program. Would you have any interest in that position?
Well, I think the big thing right now, and this is what we've been talking about, is my interest is in going out and having a great Tuesday practice and our football team getting better at what we do. And then hopefully we can build on that on Wednesday. And that's where my interest lies right now, and that's where my interest is going to be in this program and what we're doing to get ready to go play an awfully good football team in Jacksonville State.
All right, Coach, I've got a couple for you here from myself. So you walked us through what you did with the bye week, gave the team a couple of days off, practiced middle of the week, and had the weekend off. What did you do for the bye week weekend? Did you watch football? Did you step aside? What did your weekend look like?
So Saturday, I'm going to be honest with you. Saturday, I actually went outside one time. Other than that, I sat on my couch and I watched football all day. I did go outside one time. I don't remember what it was for. I was planning on not doing anything. My wife was giving me a hard time. I had an iPad, I had the TV, had a couple different games going on. So I probably took the extreme of a day off, and I did very little on Saturday. On Sunday, I couldn't do that again. So I got up and started some routine of I do a little walk and wash a couple Jeeps and get some stuff done around the house. I can only handle a day of it. So I think it was really good. I know the players were looking forward to it. And what the players don't realize is we as coaches were ready for a little bit of a break too. So I think it was good for everybody to re-energize a little bit, knowing what we had ahead of us. But Saturday I did nothing at all. And then Sunday I tried to get back in the mode of doing some stuff a little bit around the house. But watched a lot of football on Saturday, that's for sure.
Well, hey, I think we all need that at times. And the bye week came a little bit earlier than normal. Do you think with the health problems the teams had, this was a bit of a blessing to have it a little earlier this year?
I hope so. I think, we were beat up and needed a few days off, and hopefully it'll pay off for us down the road. You really don't know that sometimes till you get to the end and you kind of see where you are. We've been trying to recover from day one from the stuff that's just kind of happened. And we're not there yet. We have made some progress, but there's some areas we're still struggling a little bit right now. So, I think at the time I would say yes. Trying to get back in the groove a little bit, and but it wasn't bad, but it wasn't up to the standard we'd like for it to be. The expectations today is we take it to another level and get it back to the standard of what we're doing. We do pick up a few extra days because of the bye week. To get ready to go play. But you really, as I told the guys, you can't waste any opportunities right now. Last thing you want to do is look over your shoulder and go, man, I wish I'd have practiced a little harder, done this a little better. You don't want to do that. That's just not the way you want to go about your business right now. So we got to go attack today.
With a lot of eyes in this game, not just at the stadium, expecting hopefully a capacity crowd, but from everyone that follows FCS watching this game, what can a good performance in front of a sellout crowd and a lot of people watching around the nation do for this program?
Well, I think the goal every week is just to go 1-0 and go win whatever game shows up and have a great week of practice and go win the game. I think every game's important. And each week's important. I think this is a game, because I think it's really as much about Jacksonville State as anything. They've always been ranked. They're always in the playoffs. They've won their league. I don't know how many years they've won the OVC. Now, obviously, they're in the ASUN now. But they're a really good football team that's coming to our place to play, which we haven't had a lot of here. We've had a little bit. We haven't had a lot of here. So I think it's going to be a really good football game like they have been in the past. And I think the objective for our team is to continue to grow and get better and find a way to win the game. And I think the most important thing is for us to win and learn how to practice a little bit better, learn how to play better so that we can carry that over, because the following week you get ready to go into conference play, And so I think it's a big game, but, every game's big. This is the biggest game of the year because it's the next one. And next week will be the same way. There's really very little margin for error. I sat around all Saturday watching football. And you guys watch football too. If you don't show up ready to play, it don't matter. It don't matter. You'll be lucky if you get the outcome you want if you're not ready to play. This day and age in college football, and it don't matter who it is, what level, it doesn't matter. So we got to get ready to go play. We understand the kind of team we're getting ready to play, but we're going to have to play our best game. And I think with this young team and so many new faces, we got to continue to grow. We really do. I mean, it's important for us to continue to build on some positive things I talked about we did out of our last game. How can we build on those and continue to, as the season goes, you want that trajectory going up all the time. And I think the first couple of weeks we were not, but I do think we made some strides in week 3. What are we going to be in week 4? And what is that going to look like? What's that going to look like at 6:30 on Saturday night? And that's really the bottom line to it. So we're excited about the game. all games are big. It's a big game because it's the next one. I think it's going to be a great crowd and a great, great atmosphere for college football, and so we're looking forward to it.
Coach, you were talking about an upward trajectory, trying to improve on some things. Against Wofford, what were some of those things that you saw?
Well, we minimized some of our missed assignments. We're still not where we need to be, but we cut back on some of them, which was a point of emphasis. And the two things we talked about was doing your job and then doing it with championship eat. That means doing your job and playing extremely hard. I think we were better at that. Nowhere where we need to be, but better. And that's the thing. You got to get better at what we're doing. So I think those were the two things that we improved on. Not where we need to be, but we improved on them. I mean, there's a lot of things that, if you go do again, you're probably going to lose Saturday. We go turn the ball over a couple times, not going to have the outcome we want. So there's a lot of things that we didn't do that we got to go get better at, but I do think we made some improvement in those two areas. Now, truthfully, it's like you got to cut them in half every week. So where we started, it was go cut the MAs in half, go cut the loafs in half. Can we do it again? If that makes sense. And that's really, if we can learn to do that, I think good things happen, because I'm a believer when you play hard, you create some things, especially on defense. When you're playing really hard, you create some things. You might create a TFL, you create a turnover, you create some things. Same thing on offense. May not do everything perfect, but if you're playing hard, going where you're supposed to, hopefully some good things will happen from that. So I think those are some areas that we grew in, but we still got a long ways to go to get to where we want to be.
Coach, talking about Xavier Shepard running this offense, big bounce back week against Wofford. Can you evaluate kind of his ability to come along week by week as well as that game?
Yeah, I thought he's done some good things. I mean, I think, X does a nice job of executing the offense, and getting the ball distributed wherever it needs to go based on whatever the defense is doing. He's done a nice, done a nice job of completing passes in critical moments. I think we've done a decent job of that. The thing I think in the last couple of games that he would tell you is he's got to take care of the football, and all that not necessarily his fault. But when you're the quarterback, that's just part of the job. It's going to all, fall back on you. So I think he does a nice job executing the offense. He gets us in the right play. He's made some really good reads, some that you don't maybe notice from sitting in the stands, but he's made some nice reads. I think the big point of emphasis is taking care of the football, continue to execute the offense. Thing about playing quarterback here, you don't have to go be Superman. Just go do your job. Take care of the football, do your job, and let it all work itself out, and it will. I think sometimes guys get in that position, they feel like they got to do more, and you really don't. You just got to go do your job. So I think he's done some really good things. And then there's some things he's got to obviously take care of the ball is one of them. We got to continue to get better at, and I think he would say that for all of us, but him included. So pleased with him so far. Just like everybody else, we all got room to grow and room to get better.
Hey, Coach. Jacksonville State has offered some high-intensity, challenging games to Kennesaw State over the previous years. One of those was in Jacksonville, and one of those was on neutral ground. Do you have that added confidence coming into Fifth Third Bank against the Gamecocks this weekend?
Well, I mean, I think at the end of the day, wherever you play, you know what you're going to get. It doesn't matter. We go anywhere, and we know what we're going to get from Jacksonville State. We know the caliber football team we're getting ready to play. And they got beat on Saturday. So they're going to come in here angry. And we need to understand that, right? I mean, they are. And so I think we know what we're going to get, and we know what we have to do in order to go play the kind of level we need to play at to give ourselves a chance to win, regardless of where it's at. Obviously, it's great to be at home, and we hope we have a home field advantage with our fans and our student section, because I do think that has an impact on the game without a doubt. So I think the confidence comes in your preparation. If you go prepare the right way, it gives you a chance to feel like you're going into the game with a lot of confidence. At the end of the day, we got to go make some plays, and we're going to have to make some plays at critical moments. You go look at both those games, and that's what the game boiled down to on both sides is find a way to make some big plays in critical moments. And those were both what I call big boy football. I mean, it was a knockdown, drag out both games. It was.
And Coach, a win here would cement you in the history books as the second winningest coach in Big South history. Talk about how you view that as a feather in your cap and what that means to you.
Yeah, I really didn't know anything about it. If you want to know the truth, you just brought it up. So I really haven't thought a whole lot about it. I don't want to sound – I don't worry about that stuff. I don't want to sound like I'm – our staff and our kids in this place here have done an unbelievable job over the years. And I'm awful appreciative to even be a part of it. It's really not about me. It's about our team and what they've been able to do over a period of time. I don't recruit kids to be backups. Recruit kids to be starters. I think everything we're doing is to be the best. Everything we do. On a given Tuesday, a given Wednesday, a given Thursday, a given Saturday. Everything we want to do, we want to be the best at what we do. And that's not just on the field. That's in everything we do. That's going to class, being good citizens. It's everything we do. That is our program. That's what we're trying to do. It's not going to be every day, but that's what we're trying to do. So I say all that to say I didn't know anything about it. And at the end of the day, it's a great honor for our program if that happens or when it happens. But it really doesn't tie into any of our goals if you want to know the truth. Our goals are to win at home and win championships, and that's really what everything boils down to. So appreciative. Don't want to sound like I'm kicking it to the curb, but obviously for me, not a huge deal right now. I want to go have a great Tuesday so we can have a chance to have a great Saturday.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank y'all.